I've known the Vice President for more than a decade. These last 3.5 years, I've been able to observe her very closely in the Situation Room, in the Oval Office, around the world, as a leading voice for American foreign policy and for our diplomacy. We've been together at the Munich Security Conference the last 3 years. I've seen her command the room full of world leaders from not only across Europe, but across the world. I think she's made 4 trips to the Indo-Pacific, helping to lead our diplomacy there, deeply engaged in the Middle East and trying to find a peaceful path forward, helping to drive investment in countries in our own hemisphere so that people have opportunity in the countries that they come from, so that they don't have to make the hazardous journey to the United States seeking a better life because they can get it in their own countries. In each and every one of these areas, she's been a leading voice in our administration. And what I've observed is someone who asks time and again the penetrating questions, who cuts to the chase and is intensely focused on the interests of the American people and making sure that our foreign policy is doing everything it can to advance those interests. And it's really been a privilege for me to see that up close these last 3.5 years. I would say, in my experience, it very much is her forte because, as I said, I've seen her not only around the world, but I've seen her on the most critical foreign policy questions of our time in the Situation Room at the White House, in the Oval Office with the President. And my observation is she's a very strong, very effective, and deeply respected voice for our country around the world. When she speaks on behalf of the United States. And what I've observed in meetings that we've had with world leaders, I mentioned again the Munich Security Forum, where she really commands the room for these past 3 years. Just a couple of months ago, she of course represented the United States at the Ukraine Peace Conference that was being held in Switzerland. So time and again, I've seen her leadership in literally every corner of the world. Africa, where she's led major investment initiatives to strengthen our relationships and partnerships. So, no, what I've seen is someone who is already deeply experienced and very, very effective around the world.